Good morning, welcome to the Professor Maima Show. Hope you are doing well on this morning. Please subscribe, share and like this video. So today I want to show something I've been doing. We want to do some watering here that you are going to see. As I move around, I want to do some watering that you are going to see. Yes, so this is how I do the watering. You can see my two cans here, my two jerry cans with the jug inside here. So I want to go and do some watering. Yes, so today as I do the watering, I want to talk about something that's happening in Kenya. They want to impeach the DP Gachagua because of what he did. I don't know, it's called he has been accused of gross misconduct. So they want to impeach the man. So now the problem is that Kenya here has a cancer, and the cancer is corruption. There's too much corruption in the country. So, like just to quote, it's called Wachinua Achebe, said, corruption to a Kenyan is like goat to a yam. The Wachinua Achebe said, the great West African writer, said corruption is like goat to a yam. So me, I rephrase it, I say corruption to a Kenyan is like goat, it's like yam to a goat. Corruption to a Kenyan is like goat, it's like yam to a goat. See, the goats love yam, the Kenyans love corruption. So what normally happens is that someone is employed in a big company, and then they see they are watering now. These are the plants are watering the fruits here. Here is, I think this is a lemon fruit, something like that. Yes, something like that. I'm watering. Yes, I'm watering. So now, as I water, we have our kales kumawiki here that I'm watering. So what happens in Kenya, someone gets employed in a big parastatal. Then after that, what they do is that now they start to, when there's a deal, let's say to reconstruct the company, to do reconstruction, to procure equipment, things like those, the person goes and tries to do corruption, isn't it? So like now, let's say it's maybe they want to construct a road to make a new road for $1 billion. That's 100 billion Kenya shillings. What the person does, he steals half the money. Yes, he steals the 50 billion and gives the rest up there and puts the rest maybe in the job, or even they steal everything. He steals half. This is the head of a parastatal, made the Ministry of Roads and Construction. He steals half the money, and then once he steals half the money, the other half is stolen by his bosses, the people who are top in government. And this is the story in the whole of Africa, whereby you have people who just steal to become rich. Like now, the deputy president of Kenya, Gachagua, is worth, they said 5 billion Kenya shillings. That is $50 million. And when he entered, he was worth $1 million. I think $10 million when he entered power. Now he's worth 50. So in 2 years, his worth has gone up like times 5. It has gone up times 5, isn't it? See, I'm watering the plants. So this is the problem in Kenya. People enter into power not to serve the Kenyans, to earn money. That's why I'm saying Gachagua must stay. Because if he has to go, then even the president has to go. Because both of them cannot explain how they made their wealth. How does someone like our president is worth billions of dollars, but he cannot explain to us how he made his first $1 million. He just said he does farming. He produces 1,000 eggs per day. You see, this is now the problem in Africa, where people just tell people stories that don't make sense. That's why I'm saying Gachagua must stay. Because if he has to go, the whole system has to come down, with him included. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. We have a system that does not care for the common man or woman. What they do is just to steal. Stealing is what now they have mastered, that is destroying this country, isn't it? Hmm? So, you see, I've been pouring the water. That's what I'm saying. Gachagua must stay, because there's a lot of corruption in the country, that now we have reached a situation whereby when someone enters into power is to accumulate wealth illegally, by stealing, by using fake contracts, things like those. Hmm? So now you ask yourself, you want to impeach this guy, and the people around him are all corrupt. That's why I'm saying the guy is worth $50 million, and when he entered power, he was worth $10 million. He cannot really explain how his wealth went up. While the average Kenyan survives on $200 per month, why is it that in 2 years' time, the average Kenyan cannot get $1,000, be surviving on $1,000 if the economy is doing so well? Why did the Kenyan Gen Zs go on the street? Because there are no jobs, the economy is bad, there's inflation, cost of basic commodities like bread. Bread costs something like $1 per day, costs like $1 over 100 Kenya shillings, which most people cannot afford. So if this person's wealth went up to the power of 5, why doesn't also the common Kenyan who survives on $200 per month also go up times 5, so that everyone in Kenya is surviving on $1,000 per month? It doesn't make sense. That's why I'm saying Gachagua must stay, because the current system, to quote Chinua Achebe, is corrupt. There's cancer in Kenya. Why there's corruption? And when there's cancer, they always tell you have to go chemotherapy, or you cut out the infected part. Let's say if you have cancer in your foot, they usually cut it out. Yeah. Now the only problem, if you have brain cancer, you have to do chemotherapy, and most of the time people die. I've had top people here in Kenya die this year who had cancers, various forms. Yes. So Kenya has cancer of corruption, and to remove it, we have to come up with the medicine. The medicine is capital punishment. If you are corrupt, you face the gallows, you are hanged. Whereby, like now, if they get with corruption and they prove beyond doubt you are corrupt, you go through the appeals court, all the courts until the top, you get hanged, like they do in other countries. To the young Gen Zs, back in the day in a country called Nigeria, they would hang corrupt people. But the problem, the military junta that was ruling Nigeria was even more corrupt. But they would hang people who are suspected of corruption. Now, but the other countries who are doing well, like China, if you're corrupt, they even hang you. That's why corruption has gone down. So this story of a person in China government, he was like the second in command to the current president. He was found out with corruption. He's now in jail, and all his wealth was given back to the common people, to the country. That's what I'm talking about. Gachagua must stay, because the system is rotten. So if you have strong laws, like if you're corrupt, you are jailed for a long time. There's also capital punishment, you are hanged. This will ensure that the people who are corrupt will start fearing. But the way we stand now, the corruption in the country is too much. Our medical school, the hospitals have collapsed. So they are doing this insurance. This is just, and then they spend 140 billion just to set up the app. I don't know. This is money to eat. If you were to give me $1 billion, 140 billion to improve the health in the country, the first thing I would what? I would revampish. I don't know, rebuild or to. I would revamp. Yeah, revamp. Something like that. They say revamp all the hospitals in Kenya, dispensaries, clinics, which are in poor state. Revamp them, staff them, put medicine there, make them clean, pay the doctors, nurses, support staff big salaries to keep them there. You know, these days most doctors just moonlight. They have their own private hospitals. The pharmacists in those hospitals, those who have their own private things to make ends meet because they need to survive. But if you are paying them well in these public hospitals, what normally happens is that they will start working well. They will stay in those hospitals. They'll do good work. They'll even give proper service. Most public hospitals, when you go in, the nurses are stressed. They are frustrated. They put their frustrations on patients. They treat you like trash. The service time is even, you have someone as in an accident, ER, emergency room, is just kept there. Because even the doctors are overwhelmed. They are few. They are overworked. And then they paid peanuts. That's why some of them are committing suicide. There's the story of the young doctor, a young lady intern, who committed suicide. No, they're being overworked because the other doctors, to make ends meet, they're going to the private hospital. So you find this young intern, who is already a qualified doctor, is doing the work for two people. So that's why they kill themselves. Or they go into drugs, get into scandals. Others are murdered in love triangles. You understand? So that's what I'm saying. Gachagua must stay. The system is rotten. They was talking about that money that is being used to start SHIF, the new insurance, medical insurance. We are migrating from NHIF to SHIF. If that money is given to me, revamp the hospitals, staff them better, pay people well, the country will be on the path of free medical care, free. The same with education, free from nursery to university, paying doctors well, lecturers. You understand? That's what I'm saying. We need to, as a country, think how we can change things. Not like the way it is now, where it's just chaos. It's chaos everywhere, where people are having hard time to survive. They need to do even more than 2 jobs. This is Africa. If you are doing more than 2 jobs, it's hard. You are in one job, is 8 to 5. Whether you are a guard, you are a housemaid, then you have to do evening work. You can't even have time for your children. You understand? And your rights are not protected. Someone can decide to pay you peanuts. You'll be not penalized like in Australia. If you are a maid, there's a certain amount you can be paid, or a house manager. But here in Africa, people give you any because they know you are desperate. If they don't get you, they'll get someone else who is desperate. So that's why I'm saying Gachagua must stay. The system is corrupt, is cancerous. They have said we need strict laws, we need capital punishment, and then all the things that you have stolen are taken back to government and used for the community. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Gachagua must stay. The system is rotten, and this won't change Kenya. Kenya has a big problem that needs to be addressed by everyone. Everyone has to fight corruption and give proper service to the Kenyan people. Yes, so this is the Professor Mahima Show. I want to pray for you who's watching me, that you have a long life, that you become rich and prosperous, not only you, your children, grandchildren, and all your generations, and your dreams become reality. You get a job reality, you buy a new piece of land reality, you build a big flat reality, you get a family, you start a new family, you get a partner, start a good family reality, you get children reality, you build a big flat complex reality, you get to travel out of this country reality, yes, you get a new job reality, and lastly, pray for myself, I get big money, build the biggest technological university here in Africa and worldwide, and then provide jobs for these young Gen Zs, train future entrepreneurs, and also build a product that can be used here in Africa and worldwide, and earn big money for myself and the Kenyan government. That's my prayer. Amen. I've said on this mobile M-Pesa, please send something on this number there, +254 769 729 327. Repeat again, mobile M-Pesa, +254 769 729 327. I repeat it again slowly, mobile M-Pesa, +254 769 729 327. And as I always say, Gwaheri ya kuonana, Gwaheri.